Hey Gurus, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to walk through the steps to perform an in-place upgrade for standalone software installations of QRadar SOAR. In my previous video, we walked through how to perform the backup and restoration of SOAR so that you're able to stand up a brand new SOAR instance that's running version 50 on Red Hat version 8. But if you're not able to perform the rip and replace method for upgrading from RHEL 7 to RHEL 8, then the in-place upgrade option may be for you. As you can see here in the graphic, we're going to upgrade our SOAR platform first from version 49 to version 50, and then we'll upgrade the underlying operating system from RHEL 7 to RHEL 8. And in order to do that, we're going to take a backup of the SOAR configuration and the SOAR data. Then we'll upgrade the OS using the Leap tool from Red Hat. During the upgrade from 7 to 8, SOAR is removed in that the SOAR data will still be on the system, but the RPM is removed during the upgrade. And with that, it also removes a number of the SOAR software configurations, which will replace later when we restore from backup. Once the installation of RHEL 8 is complete, we'll reboot the system, reinstall SOAR version 50, restore the configurations and the data, and then start up the SOAR services and be good to go. Now take into consideration that if your environment utilizes other management tools on your system that may be on there from the enterprise, those may be affected as well when upgrading your operating system from 7 to 8. So you may need to work with your IT teams to ensure that the upgrade goes smoothly. So first off, we're going to check what version of Resilient this SOAR box is running with RHEL-V. And as you can see, this Resilient system is running version 49. Now let's go ahead and upgrade the SOAR platform to version 50. CP the soar50.run file from Fix Central over to your SOAR appliance, and then execute the file. Perfect. Looks like the SOAR platform has upgraded from version 49 to version 50. Now we can move forward with taking a backup of the configurations and data on the SOAR platform, and then upgrading the underlying operating system from RHEL 7 to RHEL 8. So for the backup, you have two options available to you. You can use the SOAR System Backup utility to back up the SOAR platform data and its configurations, or you can use tar to back up the configuration files. During the RHEL 7 to 8 upgrade, the SOAR data persists on the system. However, the RPM removal might remove the SOAR platform configurations. In the description below is a link to the IBM documentation on how to perform a backup of just the configurations using the tar command. But for this video, we're going to use the SOAR system backup, which backs up the data and the configurations. So we're going to run SOAR system backup. And then once that's done, we will stop the Resilient service. And to note, the SOAR system backup utility in version 50.1 and later has a new -n flag, which you can append so that the SOAR services do not start back up after the backup is complete. But on SOAR version 50 and older, you need to append the and stop resilient command. Looks like we've caught an error here. Let's use the -d flag to output the detailed log messages. All right, looking at the error, it looks like LVM may not be on this system, which is used by the SOAR system backup utility. We can verify that through RPM. And we see it is not installed. Now it looks like we have a couple options here. We can either use the legacy RHEL system backup utility to back up the system, or if your organization allows, you can install the LVM package onto your RHEL system. I'm going to install LVM for this system. Perfect. Now that it's installed, let's retry the backup. All right, looks like SOAR system backup is not going to work on this system. So let's revert back to the traditional RHEL system backup utility. So you just do sudo, if you're not in root, RHEL system backup with no flags to create an unencrypted backup, or you can use a -- encrypt to encrypt the backup. All right, running RHEL system backup looks to have worked. We do have a backup file now within the /crypt/backups directory. So next we can move forward with upgrading the RHEL 7 operating system to RHEL 8. Now a few things to consider before performing the upgrade is that you want to make sure that your system is running RHEL version 7.9 if you're on a 64-bit Intel system. If you're running the RHEL 7 system in FIPS mode, that will need to be disabled before performing the upgrade, and then re-enabled and the keys regenerated after the upgrade is complete. Depending on the size of the system and the resources available, the upgrade process can take anywhere from several minutes to several hours, so please plan accordingly when performing this upgrade. If this host is managed through satellite, you can upgrade multiple hosts simultaneously by using the satellite web UI. All right, let's go ahead and double check that our RHEL system is subscribed. And we see here that the system is subscribed. Let's enable the base repository and the extras repository, which is where Leap and the dependencies for the Leap program are located. We're going to set the Red Hat subscription manager to use the latest RHEL 7 content. If you use the yum plugin version lock plugin to lock packages to a specific version, you need to clear that lock by running yum version lock clear. It looks like this system is not using that. If your Red Hat system is on a public cloud such as AWS or Azure or GCP, then in the upgrade documentation in the links below, there are some additional repositories that you will need to enable. Let's go ahead and now we're going to update our RHEL 7 system. Now that the operating system has been updated, we need to reboot the system. And then once the system comes back up, we'll install the Leap upgrade utility and perform the upgrade from RHEL 7 to RHEL 8. All right, now that the system's come back up, let's install the Leap program. Now that the Leap program is installed, let's run the pre-upgrade report This report will assess the upgradability of this system and tell us of any potential issues that may need to be resolved before we proceed with the upgrade. We're going to run leap pre-upgrade -- target, and then we're going to specify the target OS version. When upgrading from version 7.9 RHEL, we're going to upgrade to version 8.8. Once this is done, it will create a TXT file that we will review. All right, looks like the pre-upgrade check has completed. And as you can see, we do have a few upgrade inhibitors. Let's review the report to see more. So we see at the very top that we have a risk factor of high, that's an inhibitor, due to 2 kernel drivers which have been removed in RHEL 8. It looks like it's for floppy and PATA ACPI. Next we see missing required answers in the answer file. Next we see packages not signed by Red Hat found on the system. These are all the SOAR packages. We'll reinstall those after the upgrade. Looks like everything else is okay. Taking a look at the documentation from Red Hat, it looks like the answer file can be manually completed by us by going to var log/leap/answer file. What we're going to do is uncomment the confirm line and either answer true or false. So in this instance, this disables a PAM module that's no longer supported in RHEL 8 and is replaced by SSSD. And as we're not using PAM on this system, that's okay. All right, now that the answer file has been filled out, we will rerun the pre-upgrade report and we should only see the kernel driver error. Perfect, as we can see, we're down to the kernel drivers issue. It should be pretty simple to remove those kernel drivers using modprobe-r and then the kernel driver name. And then we can use lsmod to list kernel drivers. And then rerun the pre-upgrade report. And once all inhibitors are resolved, we can move forward with the upgrade. If there's any inhibitors found during the pre-upgrade report, then that will stop the upgrade from progressing. Let's check that report one more time. I don't see any further inhibitors within the report. So I can move forward with the upgrade. So you just change the command from pre-upgrade to upgrade. And it first starts out by running that pre-upgrade report again. And then if it deems the system is upgradable, it will continue on with the upgrade. So I'm going to let this run for a little while and then come back to this once it's complete. All right, looks like the initial upgrade did complete. So that error that was on the screen before about the metadata for that RPM package not being found, the 404 not found error, I was looking through the documentation further on the Red Hat website, and I found that what was occurring is due to the RHEL 7 optional and RHEL 7 supplementary repositories being enabled, the LEAP program was attempting to enable the RHEL 8 code ready Linux builder and RHEL 8 supplementary repositories as well. And those repositories were not enabling correctly. So once I disabled RHEL 7 optional and RHEL 7 supplementary repositories, the in-place upgrade was able to continue successfully. The next step is to reboot the system. And what will happen is once the system reboots, it will load into a RHEL 8 based initial RAM disk image, and Leap will upgrade all the packages and then automatically reboot the system again. By default, this is a manual step in the upgrade procedure, but if you want to automate it, you can do a -- reboot at the end of your Leap upgrade command that we ran before. And then once the system's back up, we'll log back in and continue on. All right, I was watching the system on the back end through a VNC console, and it looks like the system should be back up and running. So let me put in the password here and log back in. There we go. Now we're logged in. Now we're going to check the OS version. Yeah, Etsy/Red Hat/release. There we go. We're running RHEL version 8.8. Rename.R shows that we're running. Yep. Right here, we can see this should be the RHEL version 8.8. Make sure our subscription's still good. Yep. Earlier, we had to release the subscription manager version. Let's make sure that was reapplied during the upgrade. And it was. Now it's at 8.8. All right, now that the system's upgraded, we need to remove some packages from the system. Now, these may have been removed during the upgrade, but this is just to make sure that they were removed. All right, now that those are removed, we're going to rerun the SOAR version 50 run file, and that will reinstall SOAR version 50. All right, looks like SOAR version 50 has reinstalled. We can verify that with the ResUtil utility, ResUtil-v. And we'll see that we're running SOAR version 50 again. And next, we need to restore our system backup to reinstate the previous SOAR data and configurations. So we're going to do a sudo res system restore. Res system restore -F for file, and then the path to the backup file. And now the system is restoring. If you encrypted the backup, then you would add a -P and then the backup passphrase to this command. Alright, the system has been restored. So to recap, in the beginning we upgraded our SOAR up to version 50. We backed up the configuration and the data. Then we upgraded the underlying operating system from RHEL 7 to RHEL 8. During the upgrade to RHEL 8, SOAR is removed. After the upgrade, we reinstalled SOAR version 50 and restored our configurations. And now we're running on RHEL 8, SOAR version 50. Hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below. See you in the next video.